Hi guys, this is VengeanceTech, and today we're going to do a quick channel update. Gotta kind of move my coffee cup here. Kind of wanted to do a channel update because I've been asked quite a few questions. So I figured I'd kind of just kind of derp around here. What you're actually looking at right now, before we kind of get into the question and answer part of it, is you're looking at my new streaming setup. Basically what I want to do is I wanted to actually get into more streaming and then YouTube videos. So I've been actually playing around with kind of streaming and just getting settings and everything set up. Just kind of pan around here. And so I've been kind of testing things. This right here is the shaders mod. If you haven't even played with it or looked at it or anything like that, please do. It's pretty awesome. If you got a computer that actually can run it. A lot of computers can't, and then they suffer from recording problems. But I'm actually doing pretty good. Now, before people ask, I'm actually going to be uploading this video in 4K. And right now, all my videos are going to be uploaded in 4K. The reason is that I've been playing around with my recording software, and I can actually record in 4K, and I can upload in 4K. Now, people have asked why I don't do 60 FPS. One is that I guess the biggest thing is that I have a 4K monitor. You know, kind of looking at right now, and the thing's huge actually. You know, if you get a 4K monitor, you're gonna find out that these things are huge. So, you know, this is probably the biggest monitor that I've actually looked at my, I guess, my house. Now I got a high definition TV also. I picked up a Sika TV, and this is an Asus 4K monitor. I don't know the model number, but it's an awesome monitor. It does 60 hertz. And before people ask what my frame rate is, I'm going to actually pop this up. I am getting 82 frames per second recording. And that is on a 2880 by 1620 window. And I should actually turn on VSync because it's probably tearing the screen in my recording software. Because I'm actually only recording, I don't even know what I'm recording at for my frame rate. I'm hoping it's 30. Probably is. Now that's one thing about my recording software, is that recording 4K, I am limited to 30 FPS on my recording, which is fine. YouTube actually does 30 frames per second on 4K. Actually, let me just change this because it's probably tearing like bad. Normally I have my VSync on when I'm recording, so I'm locked at 60. Ooh, actually, let me show you what it looks like full screen. Because somebody's gonna ask, well, what does it look like full screen? So we'll go full screen, and basically I don't get 60 frames per second. Pretty much down at 47, 46. My frame rate's pretty much kind of suck full screen. So we're going to go back to not full screen. And this is basically just a window on my desktop. I'm actually recording my whole desktop in order to do this. And we'll get rid of that border. You can do that with Linux. I don't know how to do that in Windows. So don't even ask. So first of all, I kind of wanted to, I guess, kind of tell you how what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on going to live streaming more than YouTube. Actually, let me get rid of that too. And as you can see, this is going to be my live streaming setup. I kind of moved my webcam picture off to the upper right hand side because I wanted to have my face on my streams, because I like to actually look at a person when I'm actually looking at streams and see what they're actually doing. If they're if they're actually interacting with the audience. And I actually put up the stream chat window, so if anybody can actually chat to me even if I'm recording and streaming or whatever. Now, if I don't stream, I'm gonna have to figure out something a little different, because again, I can't really do 4K at full screen. Actually, that's not true. I can do 4K at full screen. It's just that it really gets my computer hot, for lack of a better word. The thing's it's unbelievably hot. Now, I want to kind of give you an idea of my system specs. I'm using an AMD 8-core processor. Now, people have asked me about that several times. Why do I have an Intel with a 4790 processor, a 4790K processor, and then I don't record on it? The thing about it is that my recording software uses the extra cores in the processor. So even though a 4790 has a better single core performance for recording and rendering videos and live streaming, the AMD, because it actually uses those extra cores, actually runs faster. If I tried to do this on my Intel machine, I basically would lose frames. My frame rate wouldn't be as good, even if the graphics card is exactly the same. It's because of my recording software. It uses the extra cores. So that's why I guess I'm recording with AMD, and I play with my Intel machine. My Intel machine is actually, it's in my LAN box. Yes, I actually do go to LAN events. So I do play there. I don't actually record LAN events. The reason is that I usually, I don't know, I'm usually bad at LAN type events. Usually what happens is that we pick out a game and everybody kind of buys the game, and we get together and we try to do some multiplayer thing, and I don't know. It just kind of ends up kind of I don't know. Kind of more like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Since I do LAN events, I do actually, my LAN box is actually a dual boot. It actually boots Windows and it boots Linux. Now, to get into like LAN type events, things like that, a lot of times very active like computer club in your area, and we actually do have a very active computer club. Now, the other thing is that our computer club, it has older people like myself. I mean, I'm not old, but I'll get it back to daytime. But I guess the age group in our computer club is anywhere from 18 to, I'm trying to think how old Gary is. Gary, I think, is 62. I don't know. He's retiring, so he's up there. Gary's actually kind of a neat guy. He doesn't watch my videos, so I guess hopefully it's okay if I talk about him. But Gary is he's an electromechanical engineer that doesn't do anything in the electromechanical field, which I find interesting. He's actually he's basically an administrator. He's kind of the guy in charge. But the thing about it is that he knows the the technical things. So if you I don't know, he's kind of our go-to technical guy. If you need help with something, nice shadow. Um, he's our local guy to go to. He's a great guy. So if you guys know Gary and you're watching my video, tell him I said he's a great guy. But other than that, but I'm running an an AMD system. People have asked me about my Night Owl videos. What happened with those? I haven't been doing them. Well, that's mostly because I've been working. I've actually been working a lot of hours to help my daughter pay for schooling, and that's actually going to be changing here because I'm actually going to be getting some more free time. So my Night Owl videos are going to return, and I've actually looked at maybe even a branch off of Dave's Playground, and maybe doing some recording off of that. Dave's Playground is the other server that I play on. Dave's Playground is a local server. We have, well, it's actually, I don't know, I think the last count was 130 people, 130 members to Dave's Playground. But the thing about Dave's Playground is that there's only like, 5 or 6 people on at any time. So what you get is these really impressive builds that you have no idea who the heck built it. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like growing up in a small town. You grow up in a small town, you know everybody, you know their friends, you know the people around you, you know what everybody's kind of doing. And then you go to a big city, and that's what the difference is. Small town, you know everybody. It's a nice, comfortable group. That's why I like playing on Night Owl, and I actually like recording on Night Owl. But Dave's Playground is like the big city. You have no idea what people are doing. You get friends and things like that. But even then, you log into Spawn, and it's like, oh, what the heck's this? Somebody built something, impressive. And then you think about it, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you go over to where your house is. And then you look, and it's like, huh, somebody took down my house. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know. That happened to me just recently. Somebody took down my house. So, I don't know, I'm homeless. I'm homeless in a big city on Dave's Playground. I don't know. It happens. We got a problem with people kind of also on Dave's. I'm kind of kidding about my house, but it's my spawn house is not something very impressive. I've never really built anything impressive for a spawn house. I like doing the redstone, and I like doing the contraptions and things like that. So my spawn house has never really been impressive. Well, actually, I take that back. A long time ago, excuse me, I played on the Minecraft Attic server. That's kind of my server that I played on before even Dave's Playground. I kind of got on Dave's Playground because it was, well, for one, it was local, and I had actual friends that actually played on it. People that I knew in real life. But I played on Minecraft Addict, and I built impressive things on there. I wish I would have, taken pictures of it. But that was a faction server. I don't know if you're familiar with those or not. I'm sure you are if you played Minecraft. It's kind of a neat shadow. It's kind of pixelated. Um, but I actually like faction servers also. But anyway, we'll kind of talk about the branch off of Dave's Playground. The branch off of Dave's Playground, it's not yet up and running or anything like that. It's going to be a server that people and members can actually bring their friends to. Not really a local server. I'm actually planning on having people in basically all parts of the world on this server, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep the server active 24 hours a day. And I'm saying because I've been really kind of thinking about doing this. Actually, setting up a server for this, and it's not going to really affect my Night Owl stuff, because I actually like playing on Night Owl, just because it's a small community. But I also, at the same time, I also like playing with people. Different people that I've met. People that I've, even play Minecraft on Hypixel. I wanted to actually bring those people over to a world where they can actually, just kind of log on and do whatever they wanted to do, and, be a part of the community, or, be a lone wolf or whatever, and kind of do their own thing. But I don't know. Let's kind of see how it goes. Let me kind of explain a few other things. My picture is very much improved. I am not recording at night, and you can actually see the sunlight in the background. I actually tried to do this at night, right before the sun set, and I'm getting shadows and stuff like that. So I need to improve my lighting. And if you actually look at my face and you look at my last video, you can see I'm not all forehead. Because on my last video I was kind of like all forehead. It's like what I did is some adjustments on my webcam. So I've kind of improved that. It actually kind of looks like me, surprisingly. And you can actually kind of see that I do have other stuff in the background of my live stream. I haven't figured out a way to actually eliminate that kind of stuff, because it's just where my computer's set up. Behind me you actually see I don't know, kind of some furniture. I think that's a monitor. Yeah, that's a monitor back there. It's sitting on the floor. I do a lot of stuff, a lot of different computers, builds, and things like that. And that's actually just a monitor that I have just kind of sitting around. I do build computers for other people, so if you need something built, if you need recommendations on what to buy or hardware, things like that, I can help you out. And we're losing our sun. Another thing, on my videos, they're going to be straight shot. They're going to be raw and unedited. The reason is that my software to actually do the editing doesn't like 4K resolution. I don't know why, but it does not like it. So basically what happens is when I try to render out a video, after I made my cuts and splices and things like that, it goes into render mode or whatever, and then eventually I get a out of memory error, or a memory, basically it's an out of memory error. So I don't know how to do anything to fix that. You'd think that just buying more memory would fix it. Yeah, that makes sense. Buy more memory. Well, I'm sorry. I got 64 gigabytes of memory in this computer. which is the maximum that this computer actually supports. So 64 gigabytes of memory is not enough memory. Makes me think that my rendering software has something wrong with it. But I've actually checked in the task manager and memory consumption, and it actually uses every bit of memory. Now, I don't have this problem doing 1080p videos, but I don't want to do any more 1080p videos because 4K looks so much better. So my videos are going to be straight shot. No fancy editing, no things that say, okay, this is what the video is. I'm going to do some crazy fade in and out and things like that. Basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be recording, and then I'm going to be sending it to YouTube. So that'll actually improve my my turnaround on videos. I'll be able to record a video and then bang, right on YouTube. Now a lot of people say that I can't really do that, but I also have a super fast internet connection. So I guess I can. I haven't had any problems just sending raw video right to YouTube. I have had problems where they go into processing for like hours and hours and hours. So I don't know, maybe the videos are too big. I don't know, we'll see. This video is going to probably be a long one. This one I'm just kind of talking and trying to give you guys all the information that you guys requested. I guess a few other questions I got here. What's my texture pack? Well, that's kind of my own texture pack. Basically what I do is I take this Faithful 64 pack and I actually redraw the textures in a higher resolution. So a lot of my textures are, instead of being 64 by 64, they're actually 96 by 96. So that kind of made me want to, I guess, redo my texture pack, because now I got a better video card and I can actually do the 128 by 128 textures. I don't really play with a default texture pack. I've never really done that, and I know people complain about it too. I've actually read the complaints. Well, why didn't you record that in the Minecraft standard texture pack? I'm like, God, it's probably because I don't use it. And I kind of feel bad about it too, because it's like, should I have done that in the standard texture? And then I've been asked, well, is my texture pack available? No, it's not. I don't really distribute my texture pack. The reason is that I actually, a lot of my textures, even though I've redrawn them, to match what I think it needs, a lot of my textures are, well, they're kind of unique. They're my particular, I guess, flavor of them. And a long time ago I actually distributed my texture pack, and I would get messages like, well, that texture is this guy's texture. And I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, then I go look at this guy's texture. It's like, well, there's only so many ways you can make a sword. And I'm like looking at his and I'm looking at mine. Well, yeah, they kind of look similar, but they're not the same, because mine is 96 by 96 pixels and his is 32 by 32. So, so who has the better texture? Anyway, yeah, pretty much my texture pack is almost all 96 by 96. And basically what I use is the Faithful or the Faithful 64 by High Teen. That's what I'm actually got right now, is the 64 by 64 High Teen, because I've actually started my texture pack over. And basically what I'll do is I'll take this block right here and I will basically redraw it in a higher resolution, and then I'll save that one, and then I'll work on these, and then I'll work on trees, and I'll work on leaves, and then whatever. So so my texture pack actually starts out as somebody else's texture pack that I've modified. That's another reason why I don't actually distribute it, is because it's basically, I don't know. Even though the textures are mine in the pack, other textures are somebody else's. Until I get the pack complete, it's not going to be, well, it's not going to be basically released. Actually, it's probably not going to ever be released because it's probably never ever going to be finished. And that's just the way it is. Because I basically got tired of people saying, well, that's not your texture. It's like, well, I redrew it. Yeah, it looks similar, but it's, you know, you got to compare things side by side. But I don't know. So that's why I don't release texture packs. So that, I don't know, hopefully nobody ever asks me about that again, but that'll keep coming up. I do love this shader pack. If you haven't played with shaders, you got to try them out. Try them out on your own computer. See if you can actually do them, because it's really impressive. It adds a lot of realism to Minecraft. Trying to think what else to talk about. I didn't quite get through all my questions here, but I know this video is getting incredibly long. If you do have questions, post them in the comments. I'm gonna get back to you, even if I just send you a message, answering them. I'm gonna try to get back to you, and I'm gonna try to do live streaming more and more. And I'm gonna actually probably get on the Night Owl server, do some recording on there soon. And we're gonna have a great year. Excuse me. Probably heard me just rub my hand across my mic. I've been asked about my mic, why my audio breaks up also on my videos, and it sometimes does. I've been playing with my recording software to try to get my audio to not do that. Hopefully this video is actually good, but we'll see. I don't know why that is, because my audio, when I have the raw video, it's just fine. I upload it to YouTube, and the audio's hosed. It's just messed up. So I don't know if it's something on their end, or if I'm sending the audio incorrectly to them, or if I'm in the wrong audio codec. I got pretty much an unlimited choices of what codec to actually send YouTube. But I've tried the AC3 codec, and I've tried AAC, and I've tried FAAC, and I've tried FACC. I don't know. And the thing is that they all kind of crack up every once in a while. If you listen to my Pong Talk, that one is... actually, let me get back to daytime. That one's actually kind of cracked up. Yeah, that one's kind of was a fun video to record. I didn't even think I could do it. I'll kind of talk about that. I'm using a Pinnacle recorder for that, so it's not directly going into my computer. It's doing some type of conversion in this little USB box. It's a Pinnacle Dazzle, if you guys wanted to check it out. It is probably the worst recorder that I ever used. It records, normal over-the-air broadcast composite video, and it was really actually kind of neat, because I actually hooked up my little Atari Pong game, and if you laugh about it, the thing is that I've had the thing for God, I don't know how many years. I just can't get rid of it. It's like, I don't know. It's something that just, I don't know. I'll pull it out of the closet. Hey, you guys want to play some video games? Yeah, sure. All right. Then I pull this thing out, and it's like I get, it's like, oh my god. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I love those kind of things. And that's the first video. That's the first time I've ever even thought about recording it. But I recorded it through a Pinnacle Dazzle, and that records composite video. So I actually had to run the thing. I had to run my Atari. It was really kind of bad because I had to run my Atari through a VCR, so I can convert the composite video to something that I can actually hook up to a TV. I pulled this TV out of my basement. It's been in my basement since I don't know how long. The thing had so much dust and cobwebs on it, and I hooked the thing up so that I could actually play Pong. It was just terrible. But it was cool too, because I did win one. You know, played 3 games, and I did win one. This is kind of how my videos are going to be for live streaming. I'm going to actually probably do something. I'm not going to just kind of wander around. But I'm going to be talking. And I want you guys to talk back to me. So that's why I have my chat window up. And we'll just kind of go from there. My coffee is getting cold. I haven't taken a drink, but it's kind of it's kind of hard, I guess. So anyway, I think I'm gonna hold off on answering all these questions that I got, and we'll kind of do this another day. But I'm gonna kind of sign off, and again, this is VengeanceTech, and if you like this video, please leave a like. Actually, let me show you one more thing. I don't know if I talked about this, but Amy over on Dave's Playground did my background, and I wanted to thank her for that, because this is pretty impressive. She used the font that I normally use, but she kind of textured it. You're probably not going to be able to see the texturing in 1080. Again, if you look at these videos, even if you have a 1080 monitor, look at these videos in 4K, because it actually shows up a lot better on YouTube. And you know, if you can take a look at this, let me just kind of, I'm going to minimize these so you can kind of see this background. She did this background. Now, I'm sure that she said that she got the actual planet part of it off of the internet. So I'm not sure where she got that. It's some free backgrounds website. So I'm not actually. I don't have my my standard background anymore. You know, of the planets and the whatever. So she did this background. She added my my text, my font that I like, and I told her which font it was, and she added it, and then she textured each of the letters, and it's very impressive. It's actually just a kind of a copy, and I'm not sure how she did it, but it's the same texture on basically all the way across, and it just kind of just repeats. So, but it looks really impressive. And she did this. She actually shows my Twitch and my YouTube channel, and she did a great job. And I wanted to thank her for that personally. So thank you, Amy. I do appreciate this. So she's really helped me out quite a bit. But we'll kind of get this back up here. And I guess I'm going to sign off with that as an ending. Again, if you have questions or comments or whatever, please leave comments, ask questions. I love answering questions. And since I'm going to be going to a live streaming format, I want to interact with you guys. I want to actually, interact. That's kind of the reason I'm kind of on the internet, because I like to interact with people. So anyway, this is VengeanceTech. If you like this video, please leave a like. leave comments and subscribe. And I am very sorry if this is a very long video, but I don't know. I had fun doing it, and I hope you guys had fun watching. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. And am I still recording? Yes, I'm still recording. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.